Hello, everyone. My name is Dipayan. I'm a CRM consultant at Simply Dynamics, and today I'm going to show you a quick demonstration on Dynamics 365 for sales, which is the CRM side of Microsoft Dynamics platform. So, when I talk about the CRM side, that means we're in the world of contacts, account management, managing your sales pipeline right through from the new leads coming in to working with opportunities and closing the deals and all of those activities that requires tracking everything throughout the sales lifecycle. Dynamics 365 empowers sellers to help teams accelerate and increase revenue. These include AI assistance, automations, insights to improve focus and productivity. Let's start. What I'm showing you is the out of the box application, but this can be configured and customized as per your needs of the company. So here, this screen is a series of charts which gives me a very consolidated view of what is going on, what are my open opportunities, my leads, etc. So it's a very dynamic view. And on my left, we have the main navigation menu on the side, which allows us to go to different parts of the application. We can just click to go there. We also have a search box that immediately give you the shortcut to go back to the most recent contacts you have been working with. The search box has a fuzzy logic searching, so even if you accidentally mistype, you will see that it came up with the right thing there. So I'm searching the name of a contact that I've been working with recently, Payal Roy. So I have a series of email communication back and forth with her, and once I click, Dynamics 365 brings up the contact form and where I can see all the information about this contact, and it gives the timeline, also gives any opportunities or leads that I've been working with this contact. On the right here is the sales copilot icon that helps you keep it's a tool that helps you keep up to date regarding all your activities. So rather than relying on dashboards, we can actually use natural language prompt to help understand what's happening throughout the sales application. So if I also go to the copilot tab here on the left, I can see that it's a dedicated tab for searching. So if I use a natural language, what's newly assigned to me, it lists out all the opportunities, contact and leads that I've been working with. I can also click on the summarize button to summarize all the details about any opportunity or lead. So instead of going to the dashboard and working through the leads and opportunities manually, we can actually ask Copilot on your natural language, what's newly assigned to you, how is your pipeline looking, or anything of that sort. So this tool actually helps and saves a lot of time. So all of this is good, well and good, but most sellers don't even like working in CRM. They like working right from the Outlook. So let's have a look at how Sales Copilot makes everything efficient and how it's like to work here. And then later we're going to have a look at how it works inside the CRM at a much deeper level. So what we have here is our Copilot for Sales. We have the idea is to bring the tools at one place right from the email, the tools that sellers use rather than going back and forth between the CRM application. So here you can see that we have all the details of the contact that I've been working with. It also summarizes all the sales key information. It reads the email through itself and then summarizes all the information for you regarding the requirements. So we also have a contact. I'll close this one. So you also have this contact details. If I want to edit the contact, so I've already saved this contact. So if you have this new contact, so it will ask you for a save option. So I've edited the contact and I've updated the contact right here in front of you, and it will update it right onto the sales application. And we also have the name of the account the contact is associated with, and all the opportunities or leads that the account is associated with. So it gives a very whole view of what is going on with this contact and the account. So sellers don't have to go back and switch back and forth between the applications and focus on the most important activity, which is selling. Yeah. So we have got here is the fictional company that needs a service, that needs a payment processing service, and they want to buy an add-in for their CRM system. So this Payal Roy here is a completely fictional contact, and I already have a series of back and forth emails, so I am just saving. I also have this saved. If this email is not saved, it'll give an option to save on the Dynamics 365 as well. But I just put a note here on my Sales Copilot here to follow up with the customer, and this will be reflected on my CRM application as well. So we're going to start with the contact that we've been working with previously. We have a very responsive view here. So if I zoom in and zoom out, the entire list scales in with the zoom in, zoom out function. So we can see a list of contacts that I have in my system. The list filters, and I also have views. Like we have an active view. If I click on all contacts view, it lists all the contacts in the system, and we can always make different views tailoring to our needs. And right now the default view in the system is my active contacts, which shows all the active contacts that are associated with my username. And this list can be filtered just like Excel. So if I filter it on the job title field here, so if I filter it like if I type in IT manager, it will filter all the contacts that has a job title IT manager. So I can see that right now Oliver is only contact. If I open here, so we can see that we will see all the interaction that we have had so far with this individual Oliver Morgan. The account field is linked back to the account or the organization that Oliver works for. We've got a hierarchical relationship in the system where one contact, maybe one account may have different contacts. So we also has a summary of his information, and we also have the account name. We can click on this card here, or we can directly click on the accounts tab on your left. So once we click on the account tab, so we'll see all the information, all the interactions for this account that has been happening on this account, all the leads associated with this account, project price lists, and price list items that you have defined already. So let me go back to my account, contact, which is Oliver Morgan. We're back on his timeline. We can see all the information related to his contact. I can see that Copilot has summarized all the key details that are associated with this contact, and I also can see all the email that has been sent and received from the contact. So all related information will be available on the timeline, and we don't have any related opportunities. If we don't see any related opportunities or leads, we can always see it in the account. So I've gone back to the account, then we can see that this account has one opportunity that's opening, that's pending on our end. We also can see that Copilot has summarized all the details here. So, and we can see that the primary contact is the contact that we have been working with, Payal Roy, and we have 3 contacts associated with this account, which is Kevin Martin, Oliver Morgan, and Payal Roy. So all of those informations and all the major informations like project price list and price list items can be defined here on the account tab. So yeah, so if I go back, one other important thing you will notice here is that every account has an owner. The owner can be an individual or a team. You will see that everywhere in the system will have views pertaining to that user will be using the Dynamics 365 sales system. We also have views like all accounts, like I showed you before. Each individual have specific permissions that are read, write, update, delete, and depending on your role, you'll be given certain permissions to access the record in the system. Now, if I go back to my contacts, and if I go back to the contacts that I've been working with, the recent contact, Payal Roy, if I scroll down, open the contact form, then I can see her timeline. I can see the contact form. I can see everything relevant to her. We have only received one email from the customer, which is this email that I'm showing you right now. And if I have saved this email on the Dynamics 365 system. So how I saved it, if you see this, there is a saved email it says that the email has been saved. If it's not saved, you'll get an option to save it. So everything I did, I saved the email right from the Outlook. I used the Copilot for Sales add-in, and this is how it's reflected in my Dynamics 365 system. So if I scroll down, I can see the email from Payal Roy. Yeah, this is the email. So I can see that exact email has been is reflected here on the timeline. So if I want to reply, I can just reply directly. So if I reply, it'll open a very familiar layout which is similar to Outlook. I can also save my template. I have already copied the email, so I've just pasted it here, and I'll just send it from here. If I want to use a template, there's an option called insert template. I can use insert template option and then use a ready-made template. So I can send the email directly from here, and the email will be sent to the customer, and it will also be reflected on our timeline. Yeah, see, yeah, if I refresh it, yeah, I can see that I can see this email that was sent right now. So this is how Copilot for Sales is integrated within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Sales. And not just Copilot, it's all the Microsoft business applications like MS Word, Excel, other applications, MS applications that belongs to MS Suite. All the applications are integrated seamlessly with Dynamics 365 for Sales or any other Microsoft products, because it belongs to the same family. They all run in the same ecosystem, and they do not need a separate third-party integration. Now let's quickly jump over and see the sales pipeline in the system. After all, that is where the money comes from, right? And if we click on the leads here and have a look at any one of the lead, what's going on. The very first thing I want to show you here is the business process flow. This is actually going from leads to opportunity. The idea here is to guide the user to fill out specific field or stages that the user must go throughout the sales lifecycle. Now we have 3 stages here: pre-trial, trial, and ordered. So if I click on the pre-trial stage and I see product register date and other fields that the user needs to fill to move on to the next stage. So now also bear in mind that not all the businesses generate leads. Some of them qualify the deals directly from the opportunity. So it depends upon what your business needs. Now this section here is generated from the sales sequence. If I connect any one of the sequence here, which is nurturing lead, new lead nurturing. Okay, what is sales sequencing? It's a series of steps for qualifying a lead or an opportunity that the user must follow. It's essentially a nudge from the system, that nudge to the seller that the system gives. Like if the first thing was introduction email after a lead is generated, so I'll just write here completed. So it just nudges the seller to send an email, and then after I send it, I can just mark it as complete. The next step is reminder email. So these are the series of steps the seller must follow throughout the leads qualifying life cycle. So after I fill out all the fields relevant to all the tabs here, and also filled out all the stages in the business process flow. So remember that all the stages in the business process flow are just there to guide. You don't have to essentially fill it. So if there are fields that are star that has a star on beside it, so they have to be filled. So let's just fill here. If I click onto the next stage here and click on the trial date here. Okay, it's already filled. Let's just move on to the next stage. Let's finish this. Okay, so we finished the business process. Now we can qualify this lead. We'll click on the qualify. Or once this lead is qualified, the account and the contact will be created in the system. Now the account called Alpine Ski House, the contact Rachel, Michael, all of these will be created in the system, and we can find these contact on our contact form. Let it save. I'm just waiting for it to save. Yeah, it's saved now. Now we can see that the lead has been qualified, an opportunity has been created. Copilot also gives the pretty good summary about the opportunity, about the account, what is the revenue of the account, everything, which gives the seller a pretty good view of what's coming next. Now, if I go on to the Sales Accelerator tab, so what Sales Accelerator tab has, this has a work list. This tab has a work list, which is essentially the leads and the opportunities that are assigned to you, which you'll be working on next. Now let's move on to the opportunity form and click on the opportunity that was recently generated. Let me convert this to read only create view. Okay, and we click on the opportunity. Yeah, this was the one, and we can see the form very similar to the lead form, and it has its own set of business process flow and sales sequences. Now before this, I want to talk about winning deals. Now Microsoft Dynamics 365 seamlessly integrates with Teams. Now we can see the Teams icon here, and we can see all my contacts within the organization, sellers or any subject matter expert I want to collaborate with. I can just click on the new connected chat here, and this actually generates a bot on the main chat Teams application. You can see this is the bot that was generated, and the channel that will be generated on the main team channel will be pertaining to this specific record, so you don't have to copy and paste and then ask your subject matter expert or anyone who you want to collaborate with regarding any particular account or opportunity. So this makes sellers' life so much easier, and it saves a lot of time rather than having to switch between different applications. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is sales sequencing. So I've already talked about this before. Sales sequencing is a series of steps, or that it's sort of a nudge that the system gives to the seller before converting a lead or an opportunity, so that the seller does not forget. I'm going to show you how to generate those sequence. If I go down here, sales app settings, sorry, and if I go on to lead and overview, yeah, sales accelerator, and then click on the workspace, we can see sequences. Yeah, if I click on the sequences here, now I can see that I have 2 sequences already made, which were opportunity nurturing and lead nurturing. Now I can see that these are the series of steps, predetermined steps, that sort of acts as a nudge to the seller that you need to do this before the next step. Now I can edit this step as well, so I've deactivated. So in order to edit it, I have to deactivate it first. So I've deactivated it first. Now if suppose now let's say I wanna make the seller, now I wanna differentiate between the sellers where the leads or the opportunity is coming from. Now if I add a advanced step here, now if I add a condition here, advanced email condition, okay, let's put this condition, and on the yes loop I can say if I can add one more field, yeah, the condition field value, yeah. Now you can choose the field lead source. Let me type it, lead source, okay, equals. Now if I say that all the lead sources that are coming from inbound email, coming as an inbound email, has to wait only 1 day, and the remaining else has to wait for say 2 days. I'll add the same thing again, wait time. Yeah. So, and I'll not save this because I have already created the sequence here. So this, you get the idea. So you have to, you can define, you don't need like proper coding and all. You have to just define your steps, what you want the next step to be, and then activate the sequence again. Now if I go to my opportunities and click on the opportunity that we were working with, now how to activate this. Now we have to connect the sequence. Now there is an option called connect sequence here. Not sure. Oh yes, we have not activated it. So yeah, like I said, we have, like, when we edit it, we deactivate it, and then after editing we have to activate it again. So let me just go back and activate it. Yeah, activate. Yeah, the sales workspace, go to the opportunity record again, and let me connect the sequence. Yeah, now you can see the opportunity nurturing sequence is activated, and I can see I can connect it. So once you connect it, it's gonna ask you for connecting to this specific user. Now this is what a sales sequence is. Let me move on to the contact that we were working with, Payal Roy, and if I go down and I open her contact, so I can see all the relevant interactions, and I do not have to create a lead for this contact since it was an inbound email. Let's just assume this we'll create an opportunity directly from the record here. We'll go to the related tab and we'll open the opportunity. We can see that we have already worked with worked another opportunity which was already won, and I'll create a new opportunity here. And let me just select. All of these options can be tailored to your business needs. So this is what the form that we have created for our business, and I'll just fill out the mandatory fields here. Processing. Also set the budget amount as well. Estimated revenue. Just assume a rough figure. Yeah, I'll just save it now. Okay, we can see that an opportunity has been created and it's in progress state. So if I click on the opportunity, if I can either click there or I can either go to the opportunity tab on my navigation menu here. I can see it's a very familiar layout. It's an opportunity form, and I'll connect the sales sequence so that it helps me predetermine my next move as a seller. So yeah, this is connected, and now I'll just press the email button to send an introductory email to the customer. Or this can be what depending on what your business process is. I'll just use the template here. You can use your own template, organizational template, and templates are pretty easy to define. So I'll just use the template right here, the bottom. Thank you. Yeah, this one, and I'll just apply it. You can see that most of the fields are automatically populated, so these are being taken from the tape fields directly, most of the values. So if I apply the template, and I can see that on my body it is there, it is available, and I'll just press the send button. So once this is processed, the email will be sent to the customer, and it will also be reflected on my timeline. Yeah, the first step of the sales sequence is gone automatically. The second step is call customer. So there is a wait time for 4 days and 23 hours. So I can always skip this wait time. So it all depends on what the seller needs, because this essentially is nothing. This is just a nudge to the seller, and I can just mark it as complete. So and I'll just put a note there. Yep. Now I can see that my email is also there reflecting on my timeline. Let's move on to the qualify stage of the pipeline. If I click here, I can see that there are a number of fields, and most of them are automatically populated from the fields on this form, because the fields on the business process flow are already there on the entity or on the form. So this, remember, business process flow is just to guide the user regarding the next steps in the sales pipeline. So next step is propose. So before propose, we will need a quote. So we don't have a quote yet. So if I click on the next stage, I'll get an error. Yeah, see, you must have at least one active quote. So let's create a quote. Let's define the product first. So if I go to the product tab and define a price list and add a price list, I already have a price list defined, so I can just add it, and I'll add a product now. Remember, everything in the system can be configured and tailored to your choice. Additionally, if your business requirement requires you to add custom fields, business process flows, and other customization, then you can also do that using Power Platform, or you can configure your system accordingly. So I have this product here. I'll just add to my. I have added it to against my opportunity, and I can see that the product is added, and so this opportunity has one product. So now if I go to the quotes tab, you can see that we have one product, one quantity, and each price of each is 10,000. I can also define the discounts here and anything tailored to your needs. Now if I go to the code and create a new code, so it will take the product that I've added on my product list and it will add to my code automatically. See, the one product I have added, it's been added automatically. I have done nothing, and I can also define it later here or on the previous tab that we just saw. And see, the product has been added automatically, and what I have to do, I just have to review it and fill out the necessary fields that are required and activate the code. I'm okay with it for now. I'll just activate the code and I'll export it to PDF. Yeah, see, my code is activated. I'll export it to PDF, and I can send this PDF directly to the customer from this window. I can press the email button and send it to the customer directly. Let's do that. Yeah, I'll just send it to the customer. I can see that the attachment is attached on my email, and I'll save one as a local copy, and I'll save one to the Dynamics timeline. So after the code is activated and sent to the customer, like an order is generated and as an attachment. Alternatively, Dynamics 365 can also integrate with electronic signing services like DocuSign for seamless delivery and automatic capture of signed codes. Like, it can help you handle revisions and multiple signatures. So once the customer approves the code, now if I move on to the next stage of the business process flow, and this is approval. Once the customer approves the code, it can be converted to an order record in Dynamics. From the order record, you can then create an invoice to bill the customer for the sale. So I can see that everything is reflected on my timeline here. And Dynamics 365 also integrates with ERP systems such as Business Central or Finance and Operations, so that the ordered invoices are channeled through this application and payment updates are synchronized back to the CRM system. So I hope this gives you a pretty good idea of how a code is generated, and now this code will be tagged against an order, and then from the order an invoice will be generated. So I'll just add a note here. And I'll just go on and fill all the relevant fields. Now this is the final step, which I have the status as active. I'll just decide on a final actual close date. I'll just let's say it's 31st. Let's say it's 28th, and you can either fill or not fill that tab. I'll also change the status to 1 because we've won the opportunity, and once I choose that option, a new pop-up will appear, and I'll just press OK. If the opportunity was lost, I just probably fill the competitor option as well, just to track what went wrong, who won the opportunity. So yeah, this is how an opportunity is converted to an order. And then now if I go down to the orders tab or invoices tab, we can always tag. We can create a new order here and tag the existing opportunity and or the quote. Now let's look at a very interesting topic. If you ask me how can or how well can Dynamics 365 be extended or customized, I can give you 5 ways how, like I'm going to talk about 5 ways how you can customize your Dynamics 365 sales application, which can be tailored to your business need. So this is an account form. I have this account form open, Adatum Corporation. Now and this account form has different fields like fax, stock exchange, relationship type, and different tabs has different relevant fields as well. And so if you want specific fields removed or added on the form, on this account form, you can do that using Power Platform. So Dynamics 365 sales application is a Power app, and it is built on top of the Power Platform. So if you open the opportunity record and say you want a different business process flow, if you have a different way of managing your opportunity, you might have different steps on your business process flows. This can be modified as well. As a matter of fact, the form you are seeing right now is customized to Simply Dynamics, to tailor to Simply Dynamics' sales process. So we have customized this form. So you can do that depending on your business need. So if you want to change the navigation menu here, the menu that I am on right now, you can change that menu. You can change the labels on the tabs there. Everything can be tailored to your business needs. You can also add your own tables into the application. The core tables are already there. The core tables are already there, like accounts, contact, leads, opportunities. For instance, say you want to track the warranties of your products and you want to create a separate table for it. You can do that and create link to the code tables using relationships. So these are the ways that you can customize Dynamics 365 sales application. Now I'll do a very small demo on how can I remove a particular field and add a new field. So I want to remove this stock exchange field because it's of no use to me. So I'll go to the Power Platform. Like I said, this app, Dynamics 365 sales application, is built on top of the Power Platform. So I already have this tab open, Power Apps tab. So I'll go to that, and I'll go to the tables. So I know that account form is coming from the account table. I'll just click on the account table here, and I'll go to the form. So this development side of Dynamics 365 sales needs a little bit of training, but this is a very simple development I'm showing you to show how easily it can be done. I've opened the account form. So if I reload this, so I want to remove the stock exchange field. This is the layout of the form. This is the back end of the form. If I just delete this stock exchange and I put a different field, suppose I need, what do I choose from these are the fields that are available to add on the form. Suppose I need an FTP side, so I'll just drag that onto my form and I'll just save and publish the form. So this is publishing. It might take a while. So after this is published, I can see the field stock exchange gone from the form and the FTP site will be available on the form. Yeah, I can see this is saved and published. Now if I go to my form account form and open any account there, let's open this account and I'll see that my stock exchange field is gone and I can see the FTP site field is there. So this is how you can customize using Power Platform. This is a very basic customization that I did. I just added field, but there are multiple things you can do. So these are just some examples to demonstrate how Dynamics 365 for Sales provide end-to-end solution that helps grow more relationships and close more deals. At Simply Dynamics, we will partner with you to implement Dynamics tailored to your sales process, providing ongoing consultancy and support to help you maximize its benefits. Please get in touch to discuss a solution for your business. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Have a great day ahead.